even you have the exceptional ability, the best gift and talent, you still need to, through your mouth, to signal others how great you are. Through like a presentation, exam, interview for the company, or even go on the first date. Lots of people, they have a problem not with their ability, but with this crucial communication moments. But on the other hand, you see lots of people don't really have a real ability, but they can cheat through the system, through the interview, through the first date, and get eventually what they wanted. And today I'm gonna talk about why we fail to finish this important task. It all started with I watched this news that inspired me to make this video. It basically talked about in one small venture capital firm. They basically doing finance. They need raise $2 million from some angel investors. The boss asked the HR to hire a new person. Then this girl show up. She really well-rounded. She have a really great background in some big venture capital firm and small entrepreneur teams. She even showed the HR that I know lots of high-ticket angel investors because my networking through the past companies. So 2 million within a month, I will help you to nail it. Because how well she do the interview, she immediately get the job position in the company. And to explain a little further, because lots of people are not familiar with this kind of job, their job essentially is fly to different city to meet with these rich people, telling them how great the opportunity they have presented, and please leave the money for us. We will help you to manage it and give you this percentage of return. Just like the movie Wolf of Wall Street. But instead calling them, they will fly and to see them. So she barely in the office. The strange happened after like 3-4 months with she in the company is the boss surprised found out she didn't sign any deal. Even then, she's earning a monthly salary. In this field, of course, most of the earning people have is from percentage bonus from the deal they sign. But the company still will give out, a basic $10,000 per month for this worker. And the one accident that happened when the boss talked to another financial firm boss, they surprised find out both the company is hired the same person in the same time. And they suddenly realized there's something wrong and they call the police. When the police reached to the girl and have a conversation with her, they surprised to find out she is working for 28 different this kind of financial company in the same time. And one of them is even an IPO company. And why she doing that is because she wants to earn that 5 to 10,000 monthly salary. She can earn about 150K a month just by basic salaries. And because how those jobs was set up, they need to fly everywhere. It don't really request her be in the office and contribute. And the more they dig down, they find out that it's not just her. She have a whole team behind her. Everybody have this exceptional ability by passing the interview. For example, for the girl, within 3 years, she get into about 160 high-ticket sale financial firm. And the hardest one is the IPO company I was mentioned. She have to pass about 7 round interview, HR, the manager, even to the board. But the most surprising part is she only have a middle school degree. She didn't even graduate high school. How can she cheat through the system? Even then, she don't have none of the knowledge, and left the people who have the real knowledge, real ability, doing horrible in this interview process. In the interrogation, the girl released how she be able to get in so many companies with no problem. She said the most important thing is not be nervous. Of course, it's easy to down for her because she have 5 to 8 interview every single day. And they even released her schedule. They said in the morning she will wake up in 6 and go to A company to sign up. They immediately flew out, say, oh, I'm gonna go meet clients and customer, bye-bye. Immediately she will go to B and C company to have an interview. After these 2 interviews, she don't even have time to eat lunch. She will just grab a bread and went on the way to D company to have a monthly meeting. Right after the meeting, again, more interview and interview and interview. At nighttime, even then there's not people to doing any interview work, she will join some networking events to meet more high-ticket sale people to make herself sound more legit. right off the bat, you can hear that her practice to interview or her speak to show other people her ability are drastically different than what most people practice. And I will explain why her approach will work. Most people do it wrong for prepare this communication is they are treating this task in the wrong way. What I mean by that, talking in cognitive science is belong to the sports type skills instead knowledge type skill. It's no different than you go swim. But when people prepare this interview or conversation, they have a script. What they do is they will practice in their mind what they're about to say and read the script over and over again. If I use a metaphor to explain to you, it's basically before you go to swim the first time, you are practice how to swim by reading the script of how swimmer do. You're learning from the book how swimming can be done. Of course, when you actually jump into the water, the panic will eat you over. You will not remember anything. For sports type of skill, it's really important to rely on clue. You have an input as a clue and you can perform certain output. For example, when you run, you don't really think what's my posture should be. You just go with the flow, go with the clue. So does speaking. When you practice on reading the script over and over again, your clue is a reflection of the paper. But when you go into interview, you don't have that clue no longer. So what you need to rely on is your mental practice you have done earlier. But because you are worried about what if I say something wrong, what if they don't like me, or just some simple action of another party will mess up your internal voices. And you will forget about what you have practiced and all you can focus on is what if I done something wrong. And I see so many people online are teaching you how to do interview or presentation. They teach you, or you need to brainwash yourself. That's basically what they're telling you. You need to have confidence that I can do it. You need to meditate. You have to manifest. They try to basically tell you how to stick through when you take out the paper clue, only rely on your own voice. But sometimes thinking about that, I need to be confident, I need to do good, will increase the possibility, the panic you will feel in that crucial moment. Just like when you jump into the water, you think about, don't be scared, don't be scared, don't be scared. But when the water really flushed to your face, what could you think is scared? And that's the reason why when you see a famous people doing presentation, what they will do is they will have a loss of hand gesture. Why? Because they are bounding the hand gesture with the word, instead the paper of reflection to the word. Or a loss of great presentation will have a PowerPoint. Even then, there's not many words on it. The PowerPoint, of course, is showing an image to the public and make the public understand better. But even more is an anchor for you to remember what have you planned or script or organized on the paper. Even for freestyle speech. For example, Churchill, one time he had a really important speech have to give out during, that still is in the wartime. When the driver dropped him off, the driver said, "Oh, what are you doing?" He said, "Oh, I'm practicing and remembering my freestyle speech." And even more, for example, Steve Jobs, before he have a product release, he will go to actual release stage. He will remember certain cheers. He will remember certain hand gesture. He will remember certain picture to help him to give a better presentations. And now you understand why she's so successful and good at interview, because she actually treat interview or communication to talk about her ability as a sport. She used actual practice, repetitions to build a muscle memory to become a better and better. Instead, just sitting at home, reading your script, and treat this as an exam that you can do some repetition at the moment. In the end, I want to say, I really don't want to encourage people to learn this skill and abuse it. But I do think that as a lot of people with good intention is some information that they need. And I really hope this video helped you. And that will be all for today's video. My name is Paul. I'll see you next time.